Today what we're going to talk about is that raw fuel smell that we sometimes get with a Toyo stove. A lot of times with our raw fuel smell, we really need to check in the back where the fuel is coming in right here, just to make sure that our flare nut and everything is nice and tight. Now this is our laser model 560. It's nice and easy to work on. That's how come I chose this one right here. But a lot of times where our oil scent is coming from is we have a little O-ring that sits right here on top of this fuel sump right here. And kind of what happens with them, gang, is that O-ring, it likes to get dried and it like cracks out. So we're going to take a Phillips head screwdriver. Hey boy, that was a little tough to do with this Phillips head screwdriver. So I think I better get a little bit better Phillips head screwdriver. Here's a long Phillips head screwdriver. And I think with this right here, I will be very easily able to come right down inside this piece of equipment. And what I'm going to do right here is I'm just going to loosen up this screw here a little bit. And there we go. I'm just loosening up the screw just a little bit so I can go ahead and swing my bracket out of the way. Now that I've got my bracket swung out of the way, I'm just going to lift this little stub up, and that's going to allow me to take off my O-ring. And a lot of times this little O-ring is split. And so what I'm going to do right here, I have Teflon tape. And this Teflon tape is in the yellow container, and it is approved for gasoline, okay? Or it's approved for petrochemical products. So I'm going to do right here, I'm just going to peel off a little piece here, approximately 3 inches long. And then I'm just going to go ahead and spin that like I am with my fingers right here. And just a nice little, like a thread right here. Then I can just lay this down right here. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to manufacture my own little O-ring. And we can really see I'm doing this with this right here in place. I'm not doing anything very difficult. And there we go. Now I've just slipped right over the top right there. Going to bring my Phillips head screw down inside right here. And just tighten that back up. I've made my own little O-ring right there with the proper Teflon tape, okay? We don't want to be using the white Teflon tape. It is only this Teflon tape in the yellow container with the black label that is approved for that. The third place that we do occasionally get some oil scent is located right down here. And this is called our fuel leveler pipe right here. And it's really important when we are tightening and loosening our flare nut right here that we do have a backup wrench on there. And if we don't have one, what's going to happen is that this inverted flare nut is going to come loose. We take a 14 millimeter wrench and we're just going to put it on there and we're just going to snug her up. And we can see right here with this unit right here that I move that approximately a quarter of a turn. And this is a fairly new unit. And so if you have a unit and you do have that raw fuel smell, let's check right down here and make sure that our piping connection is tight. The next thing that we want to check is right over here in the front side right here to make sure we don't have an O-ring issue. The next thing that we want to check is our fuel leveler pipe inverted flare nut right there. And then last but not least, the other place that sometimes we have a leak is right down in here. And this is called our draft tube right here, part number 20478683. If this is bad and we see something going on here, take your knife, cut this right here, slit this and peel that off there. Don't put your pliers on there and pull on it. You'll just ruin the burner pot. Okay? So our leak places are our O-ring inside our fuel sump, our fuel leveler pipe, our flare connection in the backside, and also on our barometric draft tube.